So you still don't believe in fallen angels, huh? And you don't think they were trying to tell us anything with this movie Michael with John Travolta as the star? Interesting. Well, if you believe in fallen angels, but you just think maybe they're here in spirit, you should stick around. And if you don't believe in fallen angels at all, you should really stick around. I've done a lot of videos showing how current sports stars like Tom Brady, Joe Burrow, Christian McCaffrey, Michael Phelps, Kelsey, and MJ all seem to sure resemble people of our past, and they even have the same facial markings. But I decided to go the other way and see if I could find former sports stars that looked like people of today. And well, let's just say I didn't make it past the very first person I looked at, Joe Namath. You know, Joe Namath from the Jets, who famously predicted they'd win the Super Bowl. And oh, he just happens to have the same butt chin and look very similar to John Travolta. So similar, in fact, that their faces are maybe the most perfectly symmetrical smooth over I have ever done. But the fun doesn't even remotely stop there, because do you know what I say about their wives? Have you seen my videos where I say these fallen angels bring their wives with them in their new roles? Well, here are two pictures of John Travolta's wife. Now, get a good look at it. Remember that face. Oh, but wait. That's supposedly not the same person. John Travolta's wife, who supposedly died, and Joe Namath's wife. Amazing coincidence that they look so much alike with the same exact butt chin, and they look so much alike. It must just be that people who look alike also like to marry people of the same sort. That must be it. But if those coincidences aren't enough for you, you know what I got. Joe, John. And when you line up their faces in the same spot, you will see two very clear discolorations in the exact same alignment. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. But of course, just 2 doesn't prove anything, even though they have the exact same looking wives and the exact same butt chin and, well, the exact same symmetry in the exact same scar as well. Because although they're shapeshifters, they can't shapeshift their permanent markings away. Do you see those two in the same exact spot? Must be a coincidence, right? Oh, and don't forget those. And who did Joe play football for again? Do you remember? Do you see the green? Well, he won the Super Bowl with the New York Jets. You want to see something funny? Even funnier, how Joe Namath retired in 1977, and John Travolta's first starring role was in 1977. Wow, what an amazing coincidence. But that's not what's so funny. No, Joe played football for the Jets, and John Travolta has a son. You want to guess what his name is? Oh, and do you ever see the movie John Travolta starred in called Face Off, where he literally puts on a different face? I wonder what they're trying to tell us there. And hey, that guy kind of looks like them too. Who's that? Oh, no big deal. It's just a picture from 150 years ago that looks strikingly like John and Joe. Oh, but I went even further back than that, because you know how John Travolta's always dancing in his movies? And I mean always. Every movie he's dancing. Well, do you know there's a ancient god related to dance? Yeah, Dionysus was the divine patron of ecstatic dance. Here's a old ancient statue of Dionysus. I couldn't help but notice the similarities. You think there's a butt chin under there? I mean, come on. Even the lips. Look at the lips. They made statues pretty good back in the day. So much so that they even put these little blemishes of the fallen angels on the statues. They've been here forever. They're the gods of old. All the Greek gods, it's not fantasy or fiction. It's the fallen angels. Getting them to worship them back then. Back then, they just knew they were different. Here, they hide it from us. They've gotten smarter. They make it so we willfully worship them as stars on the TV. You see, the reason you have such a hard time believing in fallen angels is because they mock it, or they tell you that they're just spiritual beings. But no, they're here in the flesh, trapped in the flesh, because the Father kicked them out of heaven and they're mad about it. So they're down here deceiving us and getting us to worship them. And it's all of them, my friends. If you think they're cool and vote worthy or worship worthy or movie worthy or watching on sports worthy, it's them. They want you worshiping them as false idols instead of the Heavenly Father. It's payback for Him banishing them down here in their flesh suits. They want their wings and spiritual bodies back. It's all of them. And I'm proving it every day. But of course, all this is for entertainment purposes. I don't really care about helping wake humanity up to take our power back from the fallen. No, I'm just good at creating creative stories. Entertainment only, people. Take your power back today.